Hi everyone, today is Monday, August the 10th, and I believe I have everything set up in your class. I'd like to show you a few things now, and if you have any questions, then please let me know. Just one thing, typically when I do create update videos like this, I will post them both in the news area and in the discussion area. The news area, you can actually set up your own notifications through the Georgia View, GoView, D2L, Brightspace system. If you go up to the top corner and click on your name, you can go to notifications and you can choose what type of notifications you want. I'd like for you to do that so that way if I create a news item and I post it there, you can receive it by email. Any of my YouTube videos like this, you'll be able to watch them in whatever your external email address is and be able to keep up with the class without actually logging into the class. So take a look at that and set up your notifications there. So you'll be able to make sure that you get my news items. But since the news items is just one-way communication, I'll also post these updates in the course discussion area so that if you have a question, you can just respond directly to the video's discussion post. That way our discussions will stay with that particular video update. So let's go over to the class now and take a look at what we have. Let me go back to the course home. And over here on the left-hand side under Content Browser, you see that there's general information, then step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have to scroll down to see step 7. So we're going to start here with general information, and under here you'll find the syllabus and the calendar. The syllabus is pretty straightforward and basic. It's got some general information about the class. I'll just let you take a look over this if you have any questions. A lot of this is information that I covered the other day when we met at the hotel at the orientation. I didn't mention about the book. I did say that you could get a used edition of it, but you can also purchase it online through CourseSmart. And CourseSmart will give you a digital copy of the book if you would like a digital copy. And with that, you'll be able to access it on iOS or Android or through the web, and you can make notes. I don't think that you can print your notes, but you might be able to. I've only used it just to reference things and to search for things. So I actually would not consider myself a power user, but I do know that it's available. I've already talked about the course a good bit, so no need to go over that. Course goals and policies. The biggest policy is just talk to me. If you have something come up, you just got to let me know as soon as you can. I mean, if you're in an accident or something and you're not able to get in touch with me, that's fine. But typically, somebody in your family can contact somebody on your team, and your teammates can communicate with me. But either way, I'm going to be reasonable with you. If something comes up, I'm going to do my best to help you work around it. So like I said, my due dates are 12 noon on Monday. I do not work much on weekends if I can help it. But since I recognize this might be your only chance, on the weekends I do turn notifications on my phone so that way I get notified that I have an email from something at my West Georgia account. So if you do email me on the weekend, I'm going to try to respond, but my policy is 24-hour attempt and a 48-hour promise, except for weekends and holidays. But that said, I don't think I rarely have a student wait 48 hours over a weekend, unless it's something that I know can wait. If it's something pressing, though, I believe that I typically respond fairly quickly. This goes over your evaluation. I told you that everything would add to 100. You have a CYB assignment, a covering your basis model. I'll show you that in just a minute. And then a workflow assignment next week. And then we're going to start working through the chapters. I'm really trying to ease you into this. And before we even start into the book part of this, to get you just thinking about, really what information systems is all about. Trying to give you a model that you can hang everything on throughout this semester. And really, I've heard some people say that my CYB model, it's so basic. It's just easy to understand, but it's also gives you a broad enough picture that you can use this. And some people tell me they do use it on their jobs and their decision making. So but you really get them out of it what you put into it. If all you do is watch the video and you don't ever really think about how that applies in your particular organization or your particular job, then you're not going to benefit much from it. So it's really, you get out of it what you put into it. So the CYB assignment, workflow assignment, and then we start into quizzes. You've got 11 quizzes at 2 points apiece and 3 exams worth 10 points each. Those are broken out by question. Then there's a new project. I just called it new project because I haven't got it completely built out yet. I'm still going back and forth between a couple of things that were recommended by students, and I just haven't nailed down what that project's going to be. Then there's the Emerging Trends project that I talked to you about, and the CIO project, and all of that adds up to 100 points. So let's look at the calendar to kind of get a feel for how this is all going to play out. Now, there's a couple of ways that you can get to this. If you click on Table of Contents, it's going to take you back to this page where you've got basically our outline from earlier, the folder looking outline, but it's now in a set of links that you can click on. Or you can go back to Course Home up here at the top, and if you go back to Course Home, then under Content Browser, you're back to your folders. So back under General Information, you can click on Calendar. Either way, it takes you to the same place. Now here at the calendar, I've got that this first assignment begins on August the 10th, which is today, even though class doesn't start until Wednesday. But the reason I did this is because I like to use a formula, and if this begins on the 10th, then this over here is equal to this number plus 7. And then I just take that date, and this one's equal to that plus 7. So then I just copy all the dates straight down and copy the dates straight down. So I've got it highlighted in yellow because you actually don't start until Wednesday the 12th. But just to make it easier on my calendar, I could have changed it, but whatever. It's simple. You get it. It's not complicated. Okay, so then this other one that's in yellow is the Labor Day week, your quizzes for chapters 3 and 4. And I could have left it due on Labor Day because they're open. You can take them now. There's no reason why you shouldn't work ahead. But since it's a holiday, and I'm a family guy, so I think if we're on a holiday, you need to be with family. You need to take that time to take a break, to spend some time with the people that are important to you. And so I pushed those dates back 2 days. So you've got until Wednesday that week. Everything else is due on the Monday after it begins. So assignments begin on a Monday, due on the following Monday. And of course, the time is 12 noon Eastern, 12 noon Eastern time. So let's go back to the Course Home now. And the way I have this broken out, you've got step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Step 1, you open this up. You've got start here. That's going to describe your CYB assignment, and there's your CYB Dropbox. So your first 2 weeks are done here in step 1. And then step 1 workflow assignment will follow after that. And then here's your Dropbox for where you're going to turn that in. So you click here, and this gives you your instructions for the CYB assignment. There's going to be a link to a video that you watch. Describes what I'm looking for, and then you go back here to the table of contents under step 1, and there's your CYB Dropbox. And okay, I changed the dates, but it looks like it didn't go through because the start date is set as August 12th, but the due date is May 4th, so I will have to correct that. I thought when I changed the start date that it automatically updated the due dates, but obviously it didn't. So I will straighten that out so that the due dates line up with the calendar. So that'll be fixed very soon. Then when you finish with step 1, you just simply come down to step 2. Each step, step 2's got a start here, which is just going to be a Google document that's going to describe this section of the course to you. Got a video to watch, a PDF of my PowerPoint slides, then you've got a quiz. This quiz ends on August the 31st at 12 p.m. So they're open and available now, and there is the end date. Move on down to chapter 2. You got a video, PowerPoints, and a quiz. So you basically just work yourself top to bottom. Step 3 is the one that will change. This was a project that we did on Netflix, and I decided last semester not to do this because it was kind of getting old and dated. So I was looking for a new project. And this is where the new project will go. It will be right here in step 3. So whenever I get that new project updated, it will take this slot. And everything from there is pretty much the same. You go step 3, you finish that, you go to step 4, same outline. You've got an introduction, a video, PowerPoints, and a quiz. And then you've got your description of your Emerging Trends project. And so that's pretty much the way this is outlined. Now under discussions, they're not into discussions now because I haven't created any, but there will be discussions here, especially for, I like to do a venting room that's anonymous. So if you've got questions, problems, things you want to bring up without everybody knowing, For example, sometimes people post and say, hey, we're all swamped right now and all of us could use a couple of extra days. Can you back up the due date on something for us? Because we've got a lot going on in the other class. Well, maybe so. Just you have to ask the question, and sometimes people would rather do that anonymous. So I like to put an anonymous discussion board, and I also post a news discussion board here in this area. So I think that pretty well walks you through the course. It's really straightforward. I tried really hard, and I've been through a lot of training on how to set up courses and this step model so that you log in and you can see very easily where to go and where to start. I've tried to follow that model as much as I can. So if you have any questions or problems with this model, please let me know. I want to improve it. I want this to be a good experience for you. I want the learning to take place and not to have the technology get in the way. So let me know if you have any questions, and I look forward to working with you this semester, and I hope all of you have a great day.